have no fear. The final boss, Austin Kelly, is here. The Chicago Sky.
They told us this would be a blowout, but not like this. Heading into the United Center, the Indiana Fever were walking wounded. Their superstar, Caitlin Clark, out. Their fiery spark plug, Sophie Cunningham, out. Their championship-caliber head coach, Stephanie White, also missing due to personal reasons. If you'd asked anyone in the league, this game was over before it started. The media framed it as a disaster waiting to happen. Can the Fever even function without Caitlin Clark? Was the question on every headline. The Sky, meanwhile, were licking their chops. Angel Reese, Dana Evans, Marina Mabrey, all of them saw this as their golden chance to flip the narrative, to exorcise the ghost of that brutal 35-point beatdown in Indianapolis. But what unfolded in that arena was something no analyst, no scout, no fan was prepared to witness. The weakened Fever didn't limp into the game. They marched in, kicked down the door, and reminded the world, this team isn't Caitlin Clark plus 4. It's a damn unit. When Stephanie White couldn't make the trip, most assumed the team would lose its edge. Head coaches are more than just clipboard holders. They're psychologists, motivators, tacticians. Losing White was supposed to gut the Fever's leadership. Instead, Austin Kelly stepped in like he'd been preparing for this moment his whole life. Kelly had been White's right-hand man for over a decade, but this was his first real test, and he aced it. From the jump, Kelly brought the energy, calculating. He didn't overcoach, he didn't panic, he made subtle moves, trusting his players, rotating lineups smartly, letting the game breathe. And the craziest part? He didn't call a single timeout in the first half. He let his team play through adversity, showing confidence that would make Popovich proud. In front of 21,000 fans at the United Center, the first WNBA game ever held in that historic building, Austin Kelly looked like the final boss of Indiana basketball. This wasn't an assistant playing head coach, this was a leader commanding his army, and his players responded with fire. With Caitlin Clark out, all eyes turned to one woman, Kelsey Mitchell. Veterans are supposed to step up in moments like these, but let's be honest, Mitchell has had an up-and-down season. Her scoring average had dipped, her impact waning under Clark's spotlight. The whispers were growing louder. Can she still be the go-to option? Mitchell silenced every critic in under 10 minutes. From the opening tip, she was aggressive, composed, and surgical. She didn't try to replicate Clark's game. She played her game. She slashed through defenders. She hit mid-range jumpers with ice in her veins. She spotted up for threes and delivered when it mattered most. But the biggest difference? Her leadership. Every possession ran through her. Every key decision, she was at the center. She finished with 17 points, sure, but it was how she got them. Efficient, explosive, smart. Mitchell proved she doesn't need Clark to shine. She just needs a moment. And on this night, she owned it. While Mitchell drew the spotlight, Lexie Hull and Aaliyah Boston did the dirty work. Let's start with Hull. She was flawless from deep. Her defense was suffocating. She had the best plus-minus on the team. Hull is the kind of player every championship team needs. A sniper with defense.
Chicago Sky. The sad Chicago Sky. The distraught Chicago Sky.
Tenacity, no ego, no drama, just buckets and stops. And then there's Aaliyah Boston. This was her best performance of the season. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks. She was everywhere, protecting the paint, pushing the pace, making slick passes from the elbow. Boston looked like the number. First overall pick she was destined to be. Her presence kept Angel Reese completely out of rhythm, and when the Sky tried to go inside, she turned their shots into volleyball spikes. For weeks, fans wondered when Boston would fully take over. On this night, and she did it with authority. When Ari McDonald signed a hardship contract on June 1st, nobody expected much. Just a body to fill minutes while Clark healed. Maybe 5 minutes a night. Instead, she became the catalyst of Indiana's most dominant win of the year. McDonald walked into the United Center like she owned the place. 3 threes, 3 steals, lockdown defense, ridiculous speed in transition. Her numbers were solid: 12 points, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. But watch the tape. Her impact went far beyond the stat sheet. She made the offense move. She gave Mitchell room to work. She opened up Hull for clean shots. She fed Boston perfectly inside. And defensively, she was a one-woman press. McDonald was everywhere, tipping passes, diving for loose balls, getting under defenders' skin. She looked like she had been in the system for years, not 6 days. Depth wins championships. And if McDonald keeps playing like this, the Fever just found a hidden gem in plain sight. Let's be blunt. Chicago got embarrassed. The Sky shot 32.1% from the field, 20% from 3, 19 turnovers, not a single player in double figures. Angel Reese, just 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting. She got bodied by Boston, exposed by Hull, outpaced by McDonald. This was supposed to be her revenge game. Instead, it became her lowest moment as a pro. And for the Sky franchise as a whole, the optics were brutal. Their fans came out in droves, national TV audience, all the build-up, all the noise, and they laid an egg. A historic, humiliating 27-point loss on their own floor. This wasn't just a loss, it was public evisceration. Here's the truth. The Indiana Fever don't need a hero. They need each other, and this game proved it. 20 assists on 27 field goals, elite ball movement, rotations tighter than ever, execution that made Chicago look like a rec league team. This was team basketball at its finest. Everyone contributed. Everyone bought in. Everyone trusted the system. Kelsey Mitchell wasn't trying to be Caitlin Clark. Lexie Hull didn't force shots. Mary McDonald stayed within the system. Aaliyah Boston owned her role. That's what elite teams do. They don't rely on one superstar to carry them. They elevate together. If this is what Indiana looks like without their top 3 leaders, imagine the ceiling when Clark, Cunningham, and White return. This team isn't just deep, it's dangerous. The post-game scene was pure emotion. The locker room turned into a celebration. Austin Kelly was drenched with water. Kelsey Mitchell rallied the squad. Even Caitlin Clark, rocking street clothes and a smile, was shouting, dancing, and soaking it all in. Her yell, "Get a water," said everything. This win wasn't about stats, wasn't about standings. It was about heart. Indiana didn't just beat Chicago, they crushed them again. They humiliated them in front of a sold-out crowd and a national TV audience. They made a loud, undeniable statement. We are not just Caitlin Clark's team. We are a team that can win titles. And now, with momentum building and belief sky high, the rest of the WNBA should be on alert, because this Fever team just sent a message, and it echoed across the league. They didn't just win, they dominated. They didn't just step up, they showed out. And if you're still doubting them, you haven't been paying attention. Comment, "I've got the Fever," if you believe this is the year Indiana finally flips the league on its head. And turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next, because something special is brewing in Indiana. And this was just the beginning.